What's up, family? Today I was thinking about who the most hated and most wanted people are on this earth, on this universe. I feel most hated and most wanted. That's literally what came to my mind. And I immediately thought the black family. The black family. So if you consider yourself black, indigenous, original, whatever, right? If you know that you have melanin, this would be a message that I feel like is important for us to talk about, family. The reason I say that the black family is the most hated and the most wanted is because you have to think about what a society has done to make us, for one, hate ourselves, to destroy us. Like, there are so many things that have been it's like a potion that's been concocted to just truly destroy the black family. Even if you look at it and break it down and see the black family is a man, a woman, and a child or their children. If you look at the way black men and women don't like each other, hate each other, whatever word you want to use, they're in opposition with one another. They don't feel like one is good for the other, however you apply that, right? Just the turmoil that's in that relationship. When you look at that, you have to know that that affects the children. Man, woman, child. Even if you break it down to just starting right there. So you have to be the most hated and most wanted for people to despise you but want to be like you. Because let's be clear, most of us don't know how powerful we are, but they've always known. You ain't gonna tell me I'm wrong. Pay attention, family. If I don't do anything else, I just hope I make you think. If you look back years ago to what was done on we're gonna call them the G word, the mints, the powers that think they be, on that level of things they did to destroy, specifically in the black communities, a man being in the household. Just a man being in the household with the woman and the children. You'll see how, obviously, they know how powerful we are because the whole agenda was to seek and destroy. Because I remember going to college, and I think my family thought college was going to do something to me, because I was the first one to go. No, it made me think. It made me realize you don't have to take everything someone says to you verbatim and just feel like that's the truth, just because that's what you've been told your whole life. I just started studying government and politics. Wasn't interested in either one, but I was going to law school and someone suggested I do it. I realized that the welfare system was created to drive black men out of the home with the black woman and the children, because she couldn't receive that if he was in the home. Do your research. Don't take anything I say verbatim either. Do your own research. That is why that system was created and the agenda that was set up in the black communities. You couldn't receive this if he's in the home. but you need this, or we're going to give you this, or we're going to help you. First agenda, to seek and destroy. So like I said, the only way I can see it is I know, are powerful, and they've always known it. And even when I just use that one example of looking at how there was infiltration within the Black communities to start with, I don't care how long ago that was. If you look at the Black community today, some of us, are still on that same level in most communities. You still have a system, some kind of system in place where the Black man and the Black woman are not in the home together with their children. You still have many people that need, we're just gonna say need, certain type of systems and assistance where they still are not a family. You have to realize, family, how important you must be for somebody to go through all that shit to destroy you. I'm just trying to give you something to think about. You have to realize how powerful you are and not let that distract you. I know, just like if I had someone sitting here with me, they would probably agree. As a Black woman, I know that every Black man ain't great. And I'm sure if a Black man was sitting here, he'll tell you every Black woman ain't great. We know that. We already know that. But the issue is not only that, it's the things that have been put in place to destroy us, because I'm going to say it again and I'm going to keep saying it. If we knew how powerful we were, we would see the distractions and we wouldn't allow them. Obviously, if they're going through all of that to destroy you, they must know who you truly are. And let's just talk, since I brought up kids. We cannot forget our children. We can't forget that, because if you separated the father from the home and the mother had to do everything, she's the provider now. She's the protector now. She has to work outside of the home or whatever. So somebody got to take care of the kids, right? I remember thinking, and still do in my years of teaching, when I was teaching, I just cannot fathom, and I'm just going to talk to my people, how we feel like somebody else is supposed to be the primary teacher for your children. I even said that as a teacher. But we got schools. So I guess when the Black woman didn't have the Black man in the house, she had to do everything. Somebody had to keep her kids. Somebody had to watch her kids. So now they gotta go to school. I'm at an age where I can remember when school was not mandated. I'm at an age where I can remember why school is mandated. So let's be clear when I say they must have always known how powerful we are if they wanted to destroy us. Because when they started with the men, you could no longer protect the woman. Then she had to go out and do everything on her own, so she could no longer watch over and guard her kids all day. Now you have them in a school system that's going to teach them every single thing they want them to know, because now you're not their primary teacher anymore. You're not their primary teacher anymore. I remember when I became a mother, and before my son ever went to school, his father and I talked about it, and we both agreed, and we both said we're his first teachers. We're his first everything. Nobody comes before us. How? How you gonna come before me when I birthed him? How are you gonna come before his father? He's his father's seed. I'm just trying to get us to see what the big picture is, family, because years and years later, we obviously do not see what the big picture is, and the fact that we, some of us, still don't know how powerful we are. But they always knew. So they moved the man, distracted the woman, got next to the kids. Do your research. Tell me what you think, family. Because I learn something new every day. But I'm very intelligent. Because like I said, one thing school taught me was to think and to actually do research and to actually not look at and listen to everything that I'm told just to make me be quiet. Or just to make me think that that's the way it's supposed to go. And it just pains me that even to this day, I feel like melanated people are still falling for the shit. You're still falling for black men don't want to be with black women. Black women don't want to be with black men. Like, all of them can't be bad. We got to stop using that all word. And even if that's the case and we feel like that, work on yourself individually. Because it's affecting your children, because you still have a system that is raising your kids the way they want them to go, and you're not paying attention enough, doing enough research to know how to get past that. Most hated and most wanted. Because you cannot tell me if a system would go through so much just to distract you and divide you that you aren't powerful and you aren't despised, but you obviously are admired as well. Because one thing that black families have not learned yet is that we are stronger together. Even if you just break it down and start with the mother and the father and the children, we are stronger together. If one person was supposed to do it by themselves, I feel, why you think the Most High had two people that create kids? If that was the case, we would have just still been creating kids with one being. So if there's supposed to be a man and a woman, a couple creating a child, how are you going to tell me that we're not supposed to be raising them? Nobody else is supposed to be raising our kids. You're supposed to be their first teacher, their first everything. And when you're not, it's your fault. Even to this day, I'll tell anybody, and my son is an adult, whatever he does or doesn't do is still a reflection of his family, his mother and his father. It's either something we did do or something we didn't do. Because we're his ultimate teachers. I take responsibility for that. So even if, because I did send him off to that school system before I even started working in that school system, before I even became awakened and aware of what the big picture really was, I still knew that it was my job to influence him. Not school, not streets, not TV, not social media, none of that. Not society. It was our job to influence him. And even when we separated and were not the man, woman, and child, black family, because that did happen, we still took responsibility for making sure that we both still influenced him. Because I'll just speak for myself. I had to learn that it was bigger than me. Nothing that you go through as the mother and the father, the man and the woman of the relationship, should impact how you raise and rear your children, to the fact that you would give an excuse as to how they turn out if they get in a school system that programs them, if they get in the streets that ruin them. It's still your fault. And I just feel like to this day, there are still so many distractions. There are still so many excuses. There are just still so many things going on where the black family still does not realize you're the most hated, but you're the most wanted and admired beings on this planet. What is it gonna take for you to see how great you are and stop dimming your light and dumbing yourself down and allowing a system to continue to program your generation, your children, your families with the way that they want them to go? Like I said, family, if I don't do nothing else, I hope I gave you something to think about for yourself. Because a lot of times when we know better, it's easier for us to do better. Till the next time, peace and love.